Project for the day is building the switch box and getting all the switches mounted. I got the switches picked up that I want. This is my momentary starter switch. It's got a nice little rubber cover over it. The switch for the fan is, or I shouldn't say the fan, the water pump is a lighted one. Don't know if I'll even hook the lights up, but wanted something that was visible, and I may hook it up. And for the kill switch, I got this type so you can get to it quick. On, off. Now this originally was set up to where when this was flipped up it would connect these two. Well, with a setup that grounds the wire to the CDI, I had to take this switch, or this top red piece, off, file the inside out, and flip it around, because when it's down like this is when I need it connected, not when this is up and the switch is on. So I had to kind of reverse that. My plan here is I took a piece of cardboard, I sat in the cart and kind of figured out where the best location would be. I'd like to kind of mount them up here, but kind of gets right in the area where you're kind of fiddling between your legs. Didn't like it so much. I got a nice open spot here unless I have to add another radiator. So I took a cardboard and I just drew a pattern to where it makes this little box. Let me get it folded up. Oh, I actually did that one-handed. Makes this little box that'll mount here. Well, it's sort of folded. Makes a little box that'll mount in here. I got this tab right here. I'll make it come forward and mount here. I left a little height in the back because the back side doesn't come down as far, so the wires can go in there. So then I drew it on my sheet of stainless steel that I have. Now I just got to get that plasma cut out and then somehow bend it, because I don't have a brake. I might make some sort of metal brake off my bench and everything. So that's my project currently, and then maybe do some wiring. Well, there it is, pre-bend and pre-weld, so I might have to take the cutoff wheel and do a little bit more trimming and make it look a little nicer before I get it all bent. But there it is. Well, there it is. The only thing good about it is I didn't take much time to build it. I don't know how long it'll last on the cart. Not real impressed with how it turned out. Drilling hole time. Okay, there's the finished product. I guess it's not so bad after all. I'll get it mounted, get it wired. I'm not real big about it, but it serves its purpose. So there it is. Okay, I've been busting about the last half hour, 45 minutes doing wiring. I ended up trimming the little tab, taking the square spot off of it. It allows this to rock up and down. Once I get it all wired, I'll put a wire loom around this, wire tie everything in. I ended up using the water pump mount from the original water pump. It sat up on this piece here, and this piece, which is actually clamping the starter solenoid, which is round and about the same size as the frame. Normally that clamp goes around the frame, the water pump sticks up back in there, and the axle is what drives it. So I got the wiring done. It isn't all cleaned up. This here I will actually change out and solder that direct and hardwire that. Got a lot of cleaning up to do, but I just pulled the plugs and I'm ready to see if I actually have spark, because I've never wired a jet ski motor outside of a jet ski. Done plenty of them in the jet ski. Some of the wires I have laying loose here. This is the water pump power supply. Water pump is ran off of this switch. Oh, over here, this switch. This will be the kill switch. Makes it nice and easy. Just reach over, knock it down, and then of course the start. And I just grounded the CDI, which is what that one wire is. I just soldered onto the eyelet. So here goes nothing. Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's there. That's a good spark. Alrighty. Okay, I just gave it a shot of brake clean. I don't have any oil in it, but it's got a bunch in the crankcase from when I winterized it, so let's see what she does. Oh, that's gonna need a muffler. Here she runs. Well, that's good news. She started up, and now I've just got to get the fuel line ran, which, yay, look what showed up today, the new fuel line. because this motor requires a supply line, a return line, and then a vent. Well, I shouldn't say a vent. The tank requires a vent. I only have 2 spots in the tank for lines, so what I'm going to end up doing is putting a one-way valve for a vent line on the top of the cap. But I did get going on some more wiring, cleaning it up. So now I've got this loom around here, got this tightened down nice and tight. Still not sure if I like that design or not. Got as much of the wires tucked away as possible. You can see the loom back in there, my starter solenoid wires, my ground wires. Not much I can do to clean those up other than zip tying them together. And then the CDI, I got it in a loom, clear down to where the flywheel's at. I think I'm going to call it good for now, get this video converted and posted, and the next one will be dealing with the fuel line. Oh, there it is. And setting up the rear axle, because I got the rear axle back from the machine shop. Oh, I did put the sprocket on. There's my sprocket, there it is. Sprocket that I had threaded to 18150. Got the chain built. So now when I do start it, I will have the clutches spinning, or at least the jack shaft. Well, catch you next time.